2. All right. So, what is your breakdance alias?
StedLove, Bboy StedLove.
And what's your government name?
Government name, Do Kyung Kim.
Do-kyung Kim. So, which crews do you represent?
I present MZK. And yeah.
Okay. So, why do you breakdance?
Well, I'm Christian, so I usually dance for God, and yeah, just energy that surrounds me through God. I'm just expressing it. So, yeah.
Okay. How long have you been breakdancing?
I've been breaking for 6.5, like 6 years and a half.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, which city are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Seoul, but I lived in the state for like half of my year. Like I lived in the state for probably 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah, but I went back and forth. So, like I lived in the United States for like 3 years and came back and lived here for another 4 years.
I know you. Oh, my bad.
Are you good?
I know you lived in Florida for a long time. So, did you live in another state besides Florida?
Yeah. I went to elementary school in Hawaii.
Cool.
Graduated middle school in Virginia, and that's when I started breaking.
You joined the club there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fat back then, so I was like, yo, I gotta join this club to lose fat, but it's whatever. And yeah, I came back to Korea, graduated high school, and went back to Florida, and yeah, I'm going to university right now, yeah.
Which university do you go to?
Well, I go to University of South Florida, major in communication.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it help you communicate with other dancers?
Right, like on some interpersonal level, yeah, definitely.
Damn, that's cool. So, in which city did you start breaking?
City, in America, Virginia, well, especially in Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Yeah, it's called Chesapeake City or whatever.
Next to the Chesapeake Bay?
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing, but I forgot. It's Chesapeake.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I came back to Korea, yeah, I just break in Seoul, and yeah.
Wow. So, where do you primarily break now?
Where we break now? Well, usually in Florida, Tampa, because I lived in Tampa. But now I came here for vacation, so I usually break in Seoul. I go to different studios or different spots, dancing spots, and just practice there.
So you lived in Hawaii, near Chesapeake Bay,
Right.
in Tampa Bay.
Right.
So do you like water? Cause like.
Oh, yo, that's right. Yo, I guess I like water. Yep, it proves it right there.
Okay. So, have you ever traveled to other cities like specifically to break?
Specific to break.
Like an out of town jam,
Right.
and you guys like all pack up?
Well, like country wise, like China, Japan, with Korea, of course. Well, in America, New York, LA, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Michigan, Detroit. Just different states, countries, I guess. Yeah.
So like as you went to other cities to break, did you notice any differences like in the scenes?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every states have their own different styles because they have their own like personalities. So yeah, it's just different. Like, culture-wise, it's different. I mean, hip hop as a whole is a common. I mean, it's a common knowledge. It's a common culture, but inside of hip hop, there's like a lot of differences because every person's different. People are different. So yeah, style-wise, it's different. It's different.
So like this study, it's kind of it touches on like the styles of different scenes, but it also specifically focuses on how the policy of someone's like local area affects like how people can dance. So let's see, in my city, like it's illegal to dance inside of like a mall. In some places it's illegal to dance outside, like in a park.
Right.
So in some of the places where you've been to, have you seen a difference in like either skill level or feeling, like in places that are more liberal towards dance, like?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, every state or every city are like that, but they're just going over it, like they're just, I don't know how to explain this. Like they're just going over that limit. Like they're not trying to get caught, and they're not trying to get like, I mean, it's illegal to do something.
Mhm.
Let's say in this city, it's illegal to it's illegal to do like breaking in the mall, but they're just not trying to get caught because they love it, you know, like that, like yo, I have to do it, like because I love it. So yeah, just every city they have their own problems, but like B-boys, B-girls, they just like, overcome it, I guess. Yeah. So
Do you think if there's a move towards like breakers getting together and saying like we want to make this legal, and then getting it passed and like having it be legal to break inside of a mall or having it be legal to break outside like in a park, do you think that would have like like a positive effect on breakdancers like living in the city?
Mall. Oh, it depends on the situation. If the like a mall, what's that called? It's like a workers, I guess.
Mhm.
Like a mall workers or whatever says, oh, you can't, like we will allow you to break here, but you gotta dance to Pacific song like EDM or whatever to get like public people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna benefit us. It's gonna get like it's because that's not our culture, you know. So it depends on the situation. Like I can break right here, but it could benefit me. But like if song changes, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna break because of song. So yeah, it just depends on the situation.
Let's say like how breakdancers bring their own boombox like to the park and just dance there. Let's say people can now bring their boombox to like an inside space. And it's their music. Maybe they can't play it like too loud,
Right.
but as long as they're chill and like respectful to the area, they can choose their own music,
Right.
do their own moves,
Right.
and like now not have to worry about being kicked out or being arrested for breakdancing. Do you think that would help?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's all about having a good time, you know. Like yeah, if you bring your own boombox, bring your own floor, and listen to what you like, dance with people that you like, you know, and just having a good time. Yeah, it's just definitely positive, and people can get inspired by that energy itself because it's positive, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
All right, so we're almost finished. We just got a few more. All right, so here in Seoul, I've seen like this one's not on the sheet, so my bad.
Cool.
So I've seen in Seoul like a lot of the breakdance areas like where people practice, like it's a university or it's like the studio of like a major crew who regularly wins like international battles.
Yeah.
So is it like having to choose between like or what options are there for like someone who isn't a university student and someone who isn't in the loop of breakdancing, like someone who isn't friends of like TIP crew and someone who lives like maybe in Suwon and not like near Hongdae or Wangchimni?
When I first came back from Virginia, like when I came back from Virginia and came to Korea, I didn't know nobody and I didn't know any spots, so I'm like, damn, where should I practice? And I was practicing in my apartment, and the guy that downstairs lived came upstairs, and they're like, yo, stop dancing, it's loud. And I'm like, man, what should I do? And I just searched on the internet, whatever, trying to find a section spot, and yeah, but the whole point is like everybody got love for the dance, but not many people got like passion wise, you know. Like everybody loves dancing, but are they really passionate enough to do those things? Like, you know, like trying to find a practice spot, trying to find this, trying to find that, you know. So I think it's all depends on how passionate you are, instead of how much you love this, you know. Because I feel like it's two different things. I mean, it's both positive, but it's it's two different emotions. So yeah, I think it's all about passion when it comes to like people wise or like relationship wise or like trying to find a studio or whatever. But yeah.
Do you think there's an aspect of like sustainability in breakdancing? Like there's B-Boy Dizzy and there's Rox White and Hung Tin who kind of they become sponsored by like a major group. They become sponsored by a major company and it makes it easier for them to breakdance. Or at least like they don't have to worry so much about finding a a spot to practice in because there's a place that will sponsor them and like give them a place. Do you think like the move of, all right, like the possibility of being sustainable as a breakdancer, like you want to be a breakdancer, and it seems like the only options like come from being sponsored from the outside. Like there's a corporation and you need a practice spot, so you better be good enough to get sponsored by a corporation to have access to a practice spot.
Oh, you honestly, I never thought about it that way.
Oh man.
Yeah, no. I just never thought about it that way because I can get down whenever. Like, as long as you're strong enough inside, like, you can get down whenever. Like, you don't have to care about other people's, like watching you or whatever. So yeah, I never really thought about that, like sponsor or whatever. Like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you got love and passion, you can get down whenever. Like, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the next section, transportation. I'm gonna just check the battery. All right, we good. So, all right. So speaking about like getting down whenever, so it's easy to like get down alone, like just to practice on your own. But like when you want to meet up with other people, what role do you think public transit plays in like connecting with other breakdancers? Like, you used to live in the U.S.
Right.
And in the U.S., like Florida, Virginia, I haven't lived in Florida. My grandparents live in Tallahassee. But that's very different than Tampa.
Right.
So, like, where I live, you need a car to connect with other people. And so the breakdancers that we see at practice, like, they're 18 and up because they have a car. And it's people who can afford cars that can come to group practice. Like, everybody practices on their own. But, like, when we practice together, like, there's some things that you can learn from others. So, in Seoul, you guys have, like, cheap transportation, like the subway. So people, like, young as, like, 12,